Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is a little place where I enjoy sharing my insights. And today I'm wondering, what does it mean to believe in yourself? So, do you believe in yourself? If you doubt yourself, you might consider yourself agnostic. If you don't believe in yourself, you might consider yourself an atheist. And if you believe in yourself, you're a staunch theologian. So stick around and we'll unpack what it means to believe in yourself and what it means to doubt yourself. Stick around. Do you exist? Do I exist? That's a question that has plagued humanity since the dawn of time. And we're divided, aren't we? We have those people who flat out deny their existence and say there's no I. I don't exist. Now, this is couched under the existence of some God in the sky. But truthfully, what we're trying to do is prove our own existence. That's why we work so hard. Trying to improve ourselves or prove ourselves, which is kind of the same thing. I'm here. I'm awake. I'm alive. I am the living proof that I exist. So there's this part of you that sets out to prove that you are real. And we do that by creating stories about ourselves and doing marvelous works, miraculous works, big things. We write books and paint pictures and write symphonies and make YouTube channels to show the world that we're real. We tell stories to the nations about our own existence. Look at all the wonderful things I've done. I'm real. I have a trail of evidence to prove it. And so you've got those that say, well, show me. And then they look at the evidence and say, I don't see it. That's because the evidence is alive. The evidence is leaving behind a trail of empty deadness. Some of it is grafted, some of it you're grafted onto, but not in your totality. So the totality of aliveness is only felt in the present moment. It diminishes when you look at the evidence. And that's what we're chasing. We're chasing our own tails. Wondering, am I real? Well, I see the evidence, but I'm just not sure who done it. You did it. And your tail extends all the way to the beginning of time with something called the Big Bang. And yes, you did it. And you are the radiating shards of glass from the Big Bang that seems to have branched outward, right? Branching, radiating. And so, setting out to prove that you exist is why you work so hard. And the question you begin to ask, well, why do I need to prove myself? It's because you doubt that you exist. And what we've been fighting over is some God out there. Does God exist? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I exist. I'm pretty sure I am the living proof of the one and only. Okay, now prove it. You see the exercise in futility. Because the living proof is unseen. It's the great animation that we can't understand. Because we're looking for it in the results. And the results give us a clue. Because re means again and salt means jump. As in jump out. So the result is a ramification of the sultan, the salt, the one and only, the initiator, the animator, the preeminence, which is what I am, an invisibility with a tail that diminishes itself and evacuates the evidence. So the truth of who I am seems to have left the evidence, but left itself from the evidence, you see. So am I real? You're as real as you want to be. You can deny yourself. You can say you're not real. You can claim you're real and set out to prove it. Or you can quietly know. You can quietly be still and know that I am real. I exist. And I don't need to prove it. But I sure as hell love talking about it. I love talking about my own existence. And that's what I'm doing. I love knowing that I know that I exist. You can say I don't exist. You can say I'm a fantasy. You can say I'm a ghost. You can even make a religion out of it if you so desire. But ultimately, the theologian, the agnostic, and the atheist are agreeing that existence is a tough one to prove. That's something you'll have to decide for yourself. Do you exist? How can you be so sure? Because to exist would imply that there's an implicit non-extant. To exist in time would mean that I exist in a timelessness. To exist in a body would mean to be that I exist outside of the body. See, everything is dual in the physical world. But there's a part of me that seems to be outside. But there are no outsides without insides. So, to prove that you exist, you're going to have to tell a story about it. But the story itself does not prove the existence. You'll have to make conscious contact with that part of you that is existing and knows it. Are you real? Well, to say that, you'd also have to be unreal. Are you human? To say that you are human would also be to acknowledge that you are not. So that you're enfolded into this amazing spectra of theological, atheist, and agnostic, all together agreeing. I'm not sure if I exist. I don't exist, and I do exist. And to set out to prove it in evidence is going to deceive the eyes. Because the results are inconclusive. What we're looking for is the Sultan, the point of origination. Well, where is that? Show me that. You are that. And so, the proof of your existence, that's up to you. You can set out to prove yourself and do wonderful things and tell the nations about all the glorious works that you have done. You can write psalms and poetry and heroic songs about how victorious you are. You can also fail. You can also suffer. You can also be very poor, destitute, and weak. That's up to you. Either way, on either side of the spectrum, you're as real as the atheist says you are. And you are unreal as the theologian says you are. And in that paradox, you'll find what reality is, this unchangeable presence that always was, always will be, and always is. So, squarely within yourself, you'll have to wonder if you exist. And when you're pretty sure about it, you'll want to tell the stories. You want to write a Bible. You want to write psalms and poems and music, and that which cannot be put into words nor prove your existence. And that's the creative part of proving your existence. What is there to prove? What is there to improve? And what is there to deny? The great conundrum of existence. But you can answer that for yourself. Do you exist? Or would you prefer to be an agnostic? An atheist? Well, I prefer to be a theologian. I like telling stories about myself. Stories that don't prove anything, but make you wonder, am I real? My name is Ryan. I hope you enjoyed these insights. Please check out my blog, mymorningmotivator.com, or my Amazon page. Take a look at my first book. It's called Get Naked, Look at the Sky, and Dance. I hope you'll buy a copy, and thanks for watching.